do with delaying actions that you should carry out now and pushing it to a later date. Now, there are so many reasons people procrastinate. Some people do it as a result of sheer laziness. Somebody is just lazy and the person cannot handle, not that the person doesn't have the capacity to handle it. The person just is unwilling to take up the task. So you have a responsibility and a task to carry out, but you are unwilling to carry it out. So what you find yourself doing is that you keep procrastinating, saying, I will do it later. Okay, you know what? I'll do it by 1 o'clock. And then it's 1 o'clock. Oh my goodness, it's 1 o'clock already? Okay, by 1:30. And then it's 1:30, you said, I have, by 3 o'clock. When it's 3 o'clock, you say, I think today is gone already. Why not just let's do it tomorrow? So you find yourself pushing it back. So some people procrastinate because they are lazy. They are just unwilling to take up the work. Now, some other people procrastinate because they are scared. Sometimes people have tasks and responsibilities to carry out, and they just become overwhelmed by what there is to do. And somewhere in their mind, they're just thinking, I don't think I have the willpower. I don't think I have the emotional stability. I don't have the strength for this task right now. I think I'll just do it later. So they procrastinate and they push it to a later time. Of course, that means that they will only be able to carry out tasks when they feel that they are mentally stable for it, when they feel that they are ready for it, or when they feel that, they are in the best state of mind to carry it out. So that is also there. Now, some other people procrastinate because that is their personality type. This is a very funny. You see, there are some people who work best under pressure. That if you don't give them a very tight deadline, they don't feel motivated to do anything. So when those things come, they keep pushing it. I'm pushing it, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. By the time they get to the point where they are seriously under pressure, it may not take them an hour to execute what there is to do. But you see, they would have created problem for every other person, because those who expect the task to be done on time would not have it done. And it can disrupt a lot of plans. It can make a lot of things go wrong. So one way or the other, let's just say that procrastination has to do, whichever way. It can be because you're lazy, it can be because you're scared of the task. It can be because, you just prefer to work under pressure. But one way or the other, procrastination is something that we need to manage, because it does not bring the best results a lot of times. It's the result of procrastination. Number one, it reduces the quality of our results. It reduces the quality of our results. One of the things that happens is that you overestimate time. When you are pushing a task back, somewhere in your mind, you are thinking that I have a lot of time to do it. But all of a sudden, when the time finally comes, you find out I have not fairly treated time. In other words, now the time that I have is not enough to do it. And then you put yourself under serious emotional stress when it is time to do it. Another thing that happens is that you fail to develop excellent job. Because by procrastinating, it means that you did not do the task at the time allotted for it. You have delayed it for the future. Whenever you now decide to do it, you don't have the luxury of time anymore to do an excellent job. So you find yourself rushing it. And because you rush it, you will do a job that is lesser than you have the capacity to do. Now, I just wonder, people who work under pressure and they deliver good results, how much better could they have worked if they're able to pace themselves and bring out the best in them? Now think about it. You don't have to wait till what you're doing is late or due for you to be under pressure. You can be under pressure by setting goals for yourself. Now, I have something to do. I set a goal that I must do it in the next 5 hours. That goal puts me under pressure. mental pressure, physical pressure. So I've created an artificial pressure for myself to get the work done. But I don't have to, but by the time I do that, I am still within the time of delivering that project. So I don't have to wait till the time I am now being reminded and told that what is happening here before I now start to be under serious pressure to deliver. So procrastination can reduce the quality of excellence. It can reduce our quality of delivery when we find ourselves leaving things till later. So how do we handle it? It is very simple. Do it now. Just do it now. There is hardly anything that you want to do that you cannot do now. Just at the very least begin it now. When you start it, the first step is usually the most difficult. When you start it, then it's easier for you to take the next step and to take the next step. They say that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Now you've got to take a step first, and then every other thing becomes simpler. So one of the best way to deal with procrastination is to do it now. As tasks are coming, now think about it this way. The task that comes to you may not be something that requires just you alone to do. So your own part is delaying that of every other person. So when you procrastinate, you make it difficult for other people to do their own part. So what happens when it comes to you now and you do it now and push it out of your own territory? Instantly, you have freed yourself of the burden of having to carry that responsibility. So you have already pushed it to somebody else, so somebody else can carry on with it. So it makes a lot of sense that you don't allow your desk to be the resting place of assignment. You don't allow things to linger with you because it is a train. When you let the train stay longer at your own stop, it misses the next stop. It misses the next time. So you've got to keep it in mind that there is a time, there is a progression for things to move. So one of the best ways, or another best way to deal with procrastination, is to make a list of everything you want to do. And list them according to priorities and attack them now. It has been said that that a management strategy is to give tasks to the busiest person in the room. And you ask yourself, if the person is the busiest, why do we give the person the job again? It makes sense. The person is so busy, he wants to concentrate on all the work he has. So when you give him something, he eliminates it so quickly so that he can concentrate on other things. So as the tasks are coming, he's doing it and getting rid of it and doing some other things. So you find out that because of the time, because of the little time he has and so much he has to do, he's more productive. All of a sudden, when you have a lot of time at your disposal, you start to adjust in your mind. You start to adjust in your mind. So the human mind is very funny. It's almost like you can technically adjust your mind to time. Sometimes you want to go to somewhere, and because of some certain circumstances, you go to the place late. Some other times, when those circumstances are not there, you adjust in your mind and say, if I go at this time, I will go too early. Let me delay a little. At the end of the day, you end up going back there late. So there is a way that even when obstacles are not there, in our mind, we stretch our mind to accommodate those things, that one way or the other, we still don't achieve them. So procrastination is something that we need to eliminate in our lives because it reduces your level of productivity. While you are busy pushing back that task, there are several other tasks that are tied to it that you can also not do. But as you get rid of those tasks, you do them effectively and you push them away, you find out that you double your capacity for productivity. In other words, you are able to have a higher rate of turnover. You are able to get better results.